What a great day to be alive.
Yeah,
Time high.
all time highs again. So that's a great first topic to get into. Some people look at prices and other people don't so much in the Bitcoin space. And I would say I definitely look at prices now because I still have some Bitcoin stocks, but hopefully at some point that'll change. And then I don't think I'm going to care about uh, the price. If it goes to 150, 160, I don't think after that point I'm going to care too much. What about you, Casey?
Well, I'm not in that camp at all. I would say I love watching the price because I love the charts and I love listening to the news and trying to understand what factors in the market make the price fluctuate. I actually enjoy that stretch of the imagination, but um, I do love the price because I think price is one of the main reasons people buy Bitcoin. That might be an unfortunate truth. It's not like I want it to be that way, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, when I just, it took me 4.5 years to orange pill my neighbor. I gave her $40 of Bitcoin, and now she has $43, and she's pretty darn excited about that $3. So yeah,
I think with the price, I think it kind of gets less important along your Bitcoin journey. I would say I would say arguably just about everybody gets into it at the beginning to a degree for price, for number go up. I think that just generally changes as you progress as you progress down the rabbit holes, like we like to say.
definitely becomes less important, but at the same, I know the kind of guys we are. We have our own Bitcoin meetup here in Edmonton that we just had this last week, and 23 people came out. So, maybe 20 of those people I think are very interested in. There might only be one or two of us that want all the fun stuff that we like to talk about, but it's just part of the reality is that price gets people excited.
And the social side of it too, all the social implications of Bitcoin and whatnot are a big part of the story too, as the further you go down the rabbit hole. Which leads me into the next thing that I thought was interesting. Friends a little farm.
How are you feeling about the new all-time high though? Is there any excitement in that ball head of yours?
Yeah, lots of excitement. Once
Okay.
it hits 150, I will be ecstatic. Until then, it's just another number. And the only reason I say 150 is that's the number in my mind I can quit my jobs.
There you go. And what would be next after quitting job, getting into the Bitcoin community and working in Bitcoin?
Yeah, 100, well, yeah, 100%. I'm doing more in the Bitcoin community. It's not like I'm not busy enough in it already, but maybe I would
Fair
even
enough.
take a month off and not or I'd be a bit more relaxed for a month.
There you go. Isn't that the goal that the Bitcoin buys you freedom, right? So I think that's a big part of the show is that, got in it for number go up, did all the shit coining, did all the stupid NFTs, did all the bad things that every Bitcoiner does. If you're out there and you're in that group, don't feel guilty, don't feel bad about it. It's just sometimes it's just part of the process. And the majority of the podcasts that I've watched from some of the people that I really look up to, they all admit that, the journey was a very squiggly line or a very
Yeah.
windy road. And ultimately, if you just kind of keep putting in enough time and enough work and listening to the people that you like, that at some point, tendency kind of what the show is about is just let's focus on Bitcoin and how we can, help provide value to others with, regards to security or how to buy it or what's a good wallet. I mean, I was just talking with a gentleman just a few minutes ago about what's the best wallet. That's such a hard question to answer definitively because whether I talk to you, the Bitcoiner, Nick, or I talk to my other friend, the Bitcoiner, my other friend, the Bitcoiner, they're all going to give you different reasons why each different wallet is best suited towards them. And everybody refers a different type of wallet. So, the only thing I like to keep on the show is that just get your coins off the
Exchanges.
exchanges and get them safely because there's just too many scams these days, and Bitcoin security is, I'm gonna think, be a big topic in the years to come.
It was funny on the exchanges and people's perspectives on those. I was talking to somebody at the meetup, and he's definitely not a Bitcoiner. I would say he's maybe an altcoiner, but he was explaining about proof of stake, or he was trying to explain about proof of stake. I don't think he did a good job of that. But and about Bitcoin being hacked, and he referred to Bitcoin being hacked with Mt. Gox. I'm like, Bitcoin's never been actually hacked. I mean, Bitcoin's never been hacked. It's like Federal Reserve's been hacked. The Federal Reserve's never been hacked. Banks have been hacked. Banks have been robbed.
That's a good way to put it.
The Federal Reserve, to my knowledge, has never been robbed or, well, I mean, could get into that a little bit more, but not from an outsider. It has never been attacked successfully, right? So I mean, Bitcoin's never been, yeah. So anyhow, he was trying to say, oh, Mount Gox, Bitcoin. There's so much misinformation in Bitcoin, and this is a good topic actually for our pod going forward too. The misinformation is just, and it keeps people away from Bitcoin because they just don't. Well, I wouldn't even say understand. Maybe I think that's another problem. It's hard to understand Bitcoin, which it very much is. Takes a lot of effort, but it also, there's so many avenues of FUD. That's the word we like to call it. I like to put it in more layman's terms, but just misinformation that's just thrown at us as people starting to get interested in Bitcoin. And what about that risk, or what about this risk, or what about the, quantum computing, for instance, is another one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a bazillion of these things, and I feel that I won't say there's no risks, but I would say the risks to the Bitcoin network at this point are almost pointless to talk about. Like, as far as pointless to worry about, not pointless to talk about, pointless to worry about. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the more you learn, the more you will eventually realize.
Yeah.
Do I worry about the internet on a day-to-day basis going down forever?
Yeah, right?
No,
That's it.
not really. I don't.
Yeah.
That doesn't really kind of keep me up at night. I would hope that, if people have questions, they can put them in the comments, and maybe we can answer some of them next show about, what their worries are that their Bitcoin could go to zero or the whole system could blow up. But in my mind, I think I could fight slash argue
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
than me keeping myself secure and
Yeah.
keeping the Bitcoin security is probably my biggest concern. Is am I going to mess up?
100%. That is the biggest risk in Bitcoin, is yourself.
It's
And that gets onto another topic of self-responsibility, right? We've kind of lost that in the world we live in. You look at your everyday job, and I mean, I work at a big oil company, and I mean, there is no accountability from the top down, man. It's amazed me for 10 years. It is truly
it's
just,
getting worse by the day.
and it's getting worse by the day, by the month, by the year. And eventually that whole system, it is just, not even talking about Bitcoin in a sense, but that whole system is bound to fail on itself, because when nobody takes responsibility and there's no accountability for anything, people are bound to lose trust in it, lose faith in it. We see this happening on the daily.
And that brings us to, I guess, how we probably named our channel was proof of work. That's personal accountability. That's personal
That's
responsibility. It is the proof that you put in the
yeah.
work. If you can't put in the work, don't expect the results. Don't expect to learn anything unless you're going to put it, many, many hours into learning one topic, whether that's learning to be the best ballerina or learning how a Bitcoin node runs or being the best hockey player. It takes a lot of work, and everybody wants these quick gain. Bitcoin's too expensive and I can't afford a whole Bitcoin, so I'm going to go out into the other market and buy a bunch of poop coins and whatnot. And it's because people don't want to put in the proof of the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really quite simple. Like I look at my, whether it's my kids or my girlfriend or my friends and family, and I'm like, they're like, well, I should have bought Bitcoin when it was 30 grand. And I'm like, well, I was telling you to buy Bitcoin when it was 30 grand. And I sent you the videos. I offered you the books, but you never put in the proof of work. So don't feel bad.
Yeah.
But maybe now is the time to put in the actual work to get the result that you want in the future.
And everybody kind of looks at Bitcoin as when you're from the outside looking in, and you're looking at how to get into it, and you're like, okay, they're trying to set a goal, say 1 Bitcoin or half a Bitcoin or whatever it is, right? Obviously it depends on your financial situation. You can't look at it that way. There's just no there's there you a point one of a Bitcoin or a 0.01 of a Bitcoin might be a ton of financial freedom in the future. Well, it will be. It will be. It
Will
won't.
be.
There's no might about that. Your the few dollars you can save on your Netflix subscription per month today is, and then use that time instead of watching Netflix to learn about Bitcoin, or some of that time anyhow. And I think that would go a long ways. Your $20 a month plus your 3 hours a day, or well, okay, 30 minutes a day even, right?
Yeah, I can promise you that these devices, these little telephones that we have stolen our attention and our ability to put in proof of work. And if everybody just put these things down and got off Facebook, got off of Instagram for half the time that they put it in a day, and
Okay,
they go ahead, argue.
first disagreement. First disagreement. They're
Perfect. Let's go. Sign the
they're
alarm.
they're amazing, these little devices.
They
And
are, if used properly.
my wife hates me on my phone.
Good.
But I'll tell you one thing. I learned more through that than I in over the last year than I ever have in the history of my life before that, per minute spent on it. And I will say, I mean, this isn't primarily an AI podcast, but AI is the future of learning. There is no doubt in my mind about it, and there's no stopping AI. There's negatives to AI. Sure, we can complain about it. We can this and that and the next thing, but there's no stopping it. And we can definitely get more into that at a later time if we want. But
No, no, no. Speaking of AI, though, let me just,
yeah,
if I can bring up one thing, because I don't hear it enough on podcasts that I listen to, maybe once in a while, is that if you understand AI fairly well and you understand Bitcoin fairly well, the way that they mesh in the future, in my mind,
yeah,
is quite astonishing, because clearly AI is not going to be able to use the fiat system in order to transfer credit, or my AI needs to talk to your AI to put something in your calendar. They're not going to be able to wait 3 to 4 days for this final transaction settlement to occur through the old rails. So they're going to need Satoshis in order to have my AI do something for me. Then it might go help out you. And all that value that gets transacted not amongst human beings, amongst digital
yeah,
computers or robots
robots.
or whichever AI type
Yeah,
you want to talk
yeah,
about, it's all going to be through Satoshis. And I mean, I just wish, I think that is something that I could dive into for countless hours, is that there a huge reason where if you believe in AI and use AI, then you should probably get on the Bitcoin
yeah.
and start doing your education on that, because it's bound to happen.
Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't a big Bitcoiner, if I wasn't into Bitcoin and thinking Bitcoin's the best investment in the world, I would be 100% into AI, thinking AI is the best investment in the world. Because I don't think there's a second. If Bitcoin's
There's
number
no
one,
second best.
if there's no if Bitcoin's number one, I mean, and the trouble is with people think that AI is the best investment because AI is a lot easier to wrap your head around than Bitcoin. I think this is truthfully the thing with Bitcoin. It is a mind shift. Until you get to a certain point in it, you're just left scratching your head. Okay, it's different money, different this, different that, but it's totally a different system that
Hmm.
that we know today. A system that makes everybody financially incentivized to work together. That's the difference, right? Versus the fiat system is Microsoft is competing with Google, this and that and the next thing, right? The US is competing with Russia, the US is competing with China, whatever it is, right? In the Bitcoin system, that's not how it'll ever work. We're working with the Chinese people, we're working with the Russian people, we're working with everybody across the globe to create a better world.
The beauty of Bitcoin. It's a very competitive industry in a lot of ways, but we're all competing to help each other. Competitive to help each other.
And your improvements help me, and my improvements help you.
And even just starting on our first little podcast slash YouTube show today is our little step towards trying to help out more. I know I've been thinking about this podcast for 4 years, and finally today, is July 10th, on the all-time high day, where I think we're at about 113,500 American dollars per Bitcoin, is the day that we started the podcast. So it's always good to start a podcast at the all-time high, because I'm sure it'll be fun to follow us over the next 10 years.
Hmm. Yeah, that's right.
I'm
Yeah,
pumped about it.
yeah, me too, for sure.
Anything else that you wanted to bring up today, or just keep this one short and sweet?
Just
That's the
yeah,
first one, and we'll edit this up and get her out to everyone. And
yeah.
thanks everyone for for watching. Please do the old like and subscribe, or do whatever the heck you want. Doesn't matter to us. We're going to show up here every week and just chat, and hopefully have some pretty cool guests on in the future. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks for chatting, Casey, and we'll see you in a week.
Good, buddy. Have a good one.